up? My name is Sarah. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello. You should totally subscribe below. If you follow my YouTube channel or you follow me on social media, check out my Instagram and Twitter links below. You probably know that I love Ariana Grande so much, and I have been a huge fan of hers for years now. I was lucky enough to be able to get tickets to her Thank You Next Sweetener tour at Madison Square Garden. I had a previous video talking about the issue of getting tickets to this concert through T-Mobile. I'll put the link to that in the description box below. If you haven't watched that video, you should definitely check that out. There was a whole big issue with this promotion that was going on to get her tickets, but luckily I was able to get tickets through StubHub. I had to pay a bit more money, but it was honestly so worth it. Like, I can't even tell you. So I just wanted to talk about how I was able to get the tickets, what the experience was like going there, and I have some clips that I'm going to insert from the concert so you guys can see like how awesome it really was. This is the third Ariana Grande concert I've been to. I went to her first big tour in 2015 at Madison Square Garden. That was when like Problem came out and Break Free, all of those songs were like popular. So that was the first time I went to see her. And I got seats in the lower section that time, but they were like on the opposite end of the arena, so it wasn't like that great. Then I went to see her again in 2015, and I got tickets in the lower section again, but they were like right next to the stage. They were pretty good seats actually. But this time, if you guys aren't familiar, the way her stage was set up, there was like the main stage, and then she had this pathway that went like around in an oval kind of, and you could get general admission tickets for the pit area, which was the area inside of that pathway. So you literally were like in the middle of her stage pretty much, like where she walked around. I wanted those tickets so bad, but they were really expensive. Honestly, all of her tickets were really expensive, which kind of sucks because the last two times I saw her, the tickets were like reasonably priced. I know she's gotten way more popular this past year, but the tickets were like hundreds and hundreds of dollars. I was determined to get these pit seats, so I kept checking StubHub and checking every day. I noticed that like a few weeks before the concert, the prices started to drop every day. They would drop like $10 for the pit seats. I just kept an eye on it. Then I noticed that the prices started to go up again a little bit, and that's when I bought them because I knew that was probably the lowest price that they were ever going to be. And I'm glad I bought them when I did because the prices skyrocketed again like as it got closer to the concert, and I ended up getting a decent deal on the pit seats. I think they were like $350 or $370 or something, which sounds like a lot, but hear me out. You are front row to like the biggest pop star on the planet right now, and it's like even better than front row because you're free to walk around throughout the pit area and you can like follow her around when she's walking across the stage, and it is like so awesome. I can't even tell you. And honestly, her other seats for like the lower section were that price or more. Why wouldn't you just spend like the same amount and get really good pit seats, you know? Luckily, I was able to get them. I was like a little skeptical going through StubHub, but to be honest with you, they confirmed my tickets right away and they were shipped through UPS, and I got them in plenty of time for the concert with no issues. So I thought that was really awesome. Like, A+ StubHub. So I'm gonna talk about the experience of going to the concert. It was at Madison Square Garden, like I said. We got there. We had to just like find our way to where we needed to go to enter the pit area. So we made it to the floor that we needed to be on, and we walk in and there's like a bar, and they had an additional merch section that only the people that had floor seats could go to. We were able to get drinks, and we didn't know if we would be able to like just bring the drinks into the concert, but they let us. You were able to just like get alcohol and walk to the floor and bring it in there, which I was kind of surprised because what if someone like threw it on the stage or something and she slipped? Like, I don't know, that sounds ridiculous, but like nowadays you never know, you know? Whatever. So we get our drink and we go to a podium where we show them our tickets for the pit section, and they gave us a wristband. So only the people that had pit seats got a wristband, which made life a lot easier because if you needed to leave and come back, you would just show the security people your wristband. So we got our wristband and we walked past like all of the floor seats with all the chairs and everything to the entrance of the pit section. So at the entrance, there was like a bunch of security guards, which actually made me really happy because concerts can get crazy sometimes. When we got there, Social House was performing and they're one of her opening acts. They also helped produce her album, so that was pretty cool. We weren't allowed to enter into the pit section until they were done performing. So we just watched from like right outside, which was still pretty cool because you could see everything. Once they were done, they let us in the pit section, and honestly, I was kind of worried about it being overly crowded or like people being like pushy and not having enough room to like breathe, but honestly, there was so much room to move around. Like, so as I mentioned, she had her main stage and then she had like a pathway that goes in an oval, but there's also a pathway in the middle of the pit section. So there was kind of two sides to the pit section. People got there early to get spots right up against the barricade next to the middle pathway because they knew that that's where she was going to be walking down, and there was a mini stage in the middle of the pit section. So people got there early to get right next to there, which I don't blame them. But what was great is that anywhere you stood, you had a good view. I mean, if you wanted to try and touch her, you would have to be close to the barricade, obviously, but anywhere you stood, you had such a good view and you felt like you were so close to her, and you could just walk around like I said, freely. You could just move with her and all this stuff. It was so awesome. People weren't that pushy. There were some people that were like dancing a bit crazy, and I understand that you're there for a good time, but like, don't bump into me 8 million times, you know what I mean? But like, overall, everybody was really, really nice and cool and calm, and I mean, I was also freaking out when she came out, so I can't judge anybody. For the most part, I kind of just like stood in the middle because I could see everything. There were times when I knew that she was going to be walking in certain spots, so I would head over there a little early, and I was able to get really close. Like, there would only be one person in front of me and then her. So like, what? My favorite part was when she did her medley of her old songs and she sang Break Your Heart Right Back, and she walked down the middle of the pit section, like I said earlier, onto the mini stage, and like literally I was like 2 feet away from her. I have a freeze frame, which I'm gonna insert, where she is looking in my soul. I don't know if she actually like registered that she was looking in my direction, but like was looking at me. I am convinced of it. Nobody can tell me otherwise. She looked at me. I'm also gonna insert some of my favorite footage that I got from that night. So here it is. Her voice obviously sounded amazing. Like I said, this is my third time seeing her, and I swear her voice is better in person. Like, it's insane. My 3 favorite songs by far. Okay, first let me just say I've always loved the song Sweetener. Like, I've always loved it. It was 10 million times better live. I don't know if it's because the instruments were like so loud, or I don't know what it was, but the whole crowd was just like, hit it, but like, oh. The crowd was going crazy for that song. Like, the energy in that arena was so awesome. Like, the crowd was amazing. Sweetener was just so like lit. It was such a good song. Also, 7 Rings, the whole crowd was singing so loud. shot out like these 7 rings, dollar bills, and I tried to get one, but I couldn't get one. They didn't shoot out that many, so whatever, but it's okay. I got some confetti from Thank You Next though. Her encore song was Thank You Next, and they rained down confetti, and it says Thank You Next on it. Actually, I have it. Wait, let me find it. So this is my Thank You Next confetti. I'm pretty excited about it. I literally was just like picking it up off the floor. Yeah, this is Thank You Next. So that's pretty cool. So I feel pretty cool that I got that. Also, NASA, which is my favorite song off of Thank You Next, was so good live. There was this giant moon that came down over the pit area, and the lighting was so cool. You felt like you were in the solar system. The crowd just yelled so loud, and it was like, and it was really great. I just like honestly can't believe that I was that close to her. I never wanted that night to end ever, and like I swear when she added additional dates to this tour, I was like already googling tickets for the pit seats again because I wanted to go again so bad, but like I shouldn't spend that much money again. It's ridiculous. It was like the most awesome experience ever, and if you get a chance to get tickets for the days that she added, get the pit section. It was worth it times a million, 100%. Like, please get them. So when we left, I was like, I need to buy merch because I need a souvenir other than my confetti. I bought this sweatshirt. It says half sweetener, half Thank You Next. And it's just like an oversized giant comfy sweatshirt, and on the back is the tour dates. I love this big giant comfy sweatshirt, even though it was $70. $70 is a lot of money, but at that point, whatever. I had a similar pullover from her last concert, and I wear it like way too often. So I figured I'll get my money's worth out of this one, and I think it's really cute. So that happened. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I just wanted to give you some insight on what the pit section is like and what it's like to have better than front row tickets to an Ariana Grande concert. The best experience ever. Please do it if you can. I know it's a lot of money, but like, so worth it. Comment below what your favorite Ariana Grande song is. I am curious to know because she has so many and I love so many of them, and I want to hear your favorites, so let me know. Follow me on my social media, subscribe, all that good stuff. I will talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!